Two very talented Chinese players indeed, Tony. This is Wang Shibo, right-handed pen holder. And he's up against the multicoloured shirt and the headband, Liang Xue, both from China. And Liang won by the finest of margins against Alex Fleming, 15-14 in the final game. Sudden death. Unbelievable match to put out Fleming, who was many people's favourite for the championships. Fleming having toured China and done very well in that, winning the World Cup and also in the victorious Europe versus Asia tussle. But this, the highlight event of the year, $100,000 at stake. But can Liang, attacking there, take out the current world champion Wang Shibo?
Well, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Two very different styles. Liang much more expansive, big shots, runs around a lot and plays the forehand, whereas Wang, you can see, much more compact, stays close to the table most of the time. Not as powerful, but definitely more consistent.
Yeah, a bit like a male version of Chen Jie, which we saw, the best female player in the world, who comes up next against Andrew Bagley. It's more of a compact game, pen-hold style, and you see very few unforced errors. There's one error, I'd say that was unforced after such a long rally. But Wang more self-contained, and Liang a bit more expansive, playing with the Western shake hands grip at the far end of the table.
5 each.
And trading off the first 10 points equally at 5 points each. Right-handed pen holder, definitely getting a bit of movement through the air, despite the sandpaper bats that they use that create very little spin, about 2% of the spin that you create with a modern rubber bat. But they are using everything that they can to try and move the ball through the air, make it bounce just a tiny bit differently, get the other player off balance, take them off their sweet spot. It's all tactics here.
Well, it can be a tighter start. Could it 6-all after the first, well, third of the game, really? Very tight.
Yeah, well, the received wisdom is that while Liang is a beautiful, expressive player with all the big shots, that Wang ultimately should become the victor with the consistency and the control of the pen-hold style and the compact strokes. You see Wang there, so efficient, no waste, very considered game.
8.
It's interesting, I don't believe Liang is hitting the ball as hard as he did against Fleming. I think he's gone in with a different tactic. He's not being as big, feels doesn't need to be, and it's working at the moment.
6, 9.
Yeah, he's doing fine. So semi-finalist last year. It's the first time that he'd been in this championships, did really well, obviously worked to come back
9, 7.
And do even better this time.
Let's serve.
So Liang at the far end from Qingdao. Wang Shibo from Zhujiao,
10,
Athens,
7.
China, between Beijing and Shanghai. Liang just overhitting. If you take the ball late while it's dropping, then it makes it much harder to get a margin of error to attack your forehand hard. And that's what Wang is trying to do, to force Liang to play late. But Liang worked his way back up to the table and moved Wang around.
11.
So, very effective play from Liang Xue. In the blue and green. Again, Wang forcing Liang to lift the ball, but when he can, Liang gets over the table, hits the ball down, and then, generally speaking, he has the advantage against the current world champion. So, theoretically, a surprising position to be in. But I do love the way that Liang Xue plays.
8, 14.
Very free, very expressive.
Let
Stopping the rally. the wrong server there, so the umpire stopping it, making them replay the point.
9-14.
First to 15, so this is game point to Liang.
14-10.
Okay, well, he's just dropped a couple. See if Wang can put him under a little bit more pressure at the end of the game. That's a lucky one. Oh, Wang dealt with that one off the net beautifully.
15-10.
But ultimately, Liang Xue taking the first game. Little smile, will be pleased to get that one under his belt. So the champion, a game behind. The new, younger man looking for the mantle. The winner will play Chris Doran in the semi-final.
Yeah, great start from Liang. Been the first player now to take an end off Wang Shibo, the current champion. Terrific start from him. And he looked quite comfortable.
He did. So you can just see the physical exertion that it takes. He looks quite tired there, close up. Let's see if he's got the fitness, stamina to keep it going.
Well, one thing's for sure, Wang won't give up. I remember him last year, I think it was even 4 match points he saved in the final.
14-11 down in the final game, won it 15-14 against Wang. So an amazing comeback.
Second
Win the competition, $20,000.
To serve.
Let's see if Wang Shibo can come back from this one.
1 love.
Wang Shibo there, just keeping very, very mentally controlled, not rushing it. Hitting it hard sometimes when he feels he can. Not worrying if he has to then slow it down again later in the rally. Rebuild. Oh, that's great stuff from Liang. Wang actually caught that in his other hand. Couldn't get his back to it. Nice hand-eye coordination there.
2 each.
Generally speaking, Wang taking the ball earlier than Liang Xue. And Liang having to do more running around, but doing it successfully in the first game. Backhand to backhand.
3-2.
Not happy with his stroke play there.
Two, 4.
Okay. So the champion getting it back together a little bit. That's great power from Liang. Oh, the blocking from Wang. Unbelievable blocking. Do you think Liang gave up on that last one?
He said he had a big smile, didn't he, at the end of the point? He'd hit so many big shots. Wang somehow getting his back to them. Just couldn't believe it.
That's about the best blocking that we've seen today, except perhaps from the best woman player in the championship, Chen Jia, who'll be up on next in the first semi-final against Andrew Bagley. She'll get a lot back, and she'll force Andrew to really think through his game and play some rallies. Andrew's saving match point down to get himself into the semis. But now, Liang being just outplayed by Wang. Wang seems to have tamed the scale and the range of Liang's strokes.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more forehands coming into Wang's game. In the first game, Liang took a little bit of pace off his normal forehand, made sure he didn't miss, kept the pressure on. But Wang just kept blocking it back. But now he is being more aggressive when he gets the chance.
Yeah, Wang blocking well, but in the end the ball came up high and Liang put it away down the other side. Fairly easy ball for him ultimately. Had to work hard to get it. That's beautiful stroke.
8-4.
The older table tennis players among you, he reminds me of Max Crimmins, England international. Lucky one from Wang.
9-4.
Great stuff from Liang. Got the ball up, but that time he missed the higher ball. One thing I question, does he have the same amount of fight for every ball that some of the players that we've seen have? Anton Anderson, Andrew Bagley, Alex Fleming.
Well, in his end, it doesn't look like it, but to be fair to him, he is that sort of relaxed, flowing player that doesn't always show. I don't think he's not trying on any of his points, but sometimes he does look over-relaxed. But I think that's just his style.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I'm sure he's obviously trying, but yeah, over-relaxed, I think maybe is a good word for it. You don't see him scrabbling for every point, struggling to get one more. And now it's game point. Maybe he's just thinking about the third, preparing for the third.
5-14.
So this quarter-final, best of three, semi-finals are best of three, and the final is longer.
15-5. Game to Wang.
Well, if you've seen Liang on his way through the competition, being beaten 15-5 isn't anything that anybody would have expected. So a wonderful recovery from 2018 champion Wang Shibo. There we see big backhand off the end. They leave the bat on the table for the other person to pick up. So they spend half the time with one bat, half the time with the other bat, so everything's even. Virtually no spin, but they still try and work the ball as much as they can. Get the arc on the ball sideways, a little bit of top spin.
Third game, Liang.
Well, no doubt Liang will come out all guns blazing in this third end.
You think he's going to go for it, Tony?
Love
well, he tried there, didn't come off. Well, Wang is the reason this man is current world champion is that he's able to take the power shots of other players and do so from more close to the table than any other player. There's no way through. He's an absolute wall. Liang having to work really, really hard to get one. So Wang looking like he's playing really well now. I feel it looks a little bit untroubled by Liang, albeit just hitting the top of the net with that shot.
1-3.
I wonder whether Liang's a little bit tired physically.
Well, he could be. He had an immense match with Fleming, didn't he, in the last round?
Yeah, that was brutal. 15-14 in the final game.
1-4.
Took out the current World Cup champion. Again, it's Wang just making him work hard, work hard, work hard. Meantime, Wang, good pressure, but balls on the table consistently, moving it around, making him worry, making him run, making him think. Backhand to backhand. Well done, Liang.
5-2.
Holding up well there. Remember, the winner of this one will play Chris Doran in the semi-final.
2-6.
4-point gap now. Current champion winning. Wang in the blue and yellow.
3-6.
Well, it's such a different game, though, isn't it, than the one he had with Fleming, which was all-out power from both players. This game, the ball's coming back at him much slower.
It is. Wang's very good at smothering the ball, slowing it down, forcing Wang to step into the ball with the risk that he'll counter hard. So smart play from Wang Shibo. Saved 4. Yeah, I think 4 match points against him in the final last year. Beautiful footwork from Wang. Liang getting around the court beautifully as well.
8-3.
But after all of that, Wang got himself back up to the table and taking it early again, which is what he likes to do. Smothering over the top of the ball, so that Liang has to hit upwards rather than down at him.
4-8.
Stops Liang playing too hard. done Liang. Wang's still there. Oh, and he went absolutely full blast. Didn't want that one coming back, did he? Brilliant play from Liang Xue.
Nine, 5.
Well, at the risk of repeating myself any more than I have been, I can't believe neither of these have played the double-point ball again, but that is still is to come into play in this game. There's not much of it left.
Well, I forgot about that as well. I wonder if they will remember. Backhand to backhand. Wang very cleverly there, playing it into the crossover between the backhand and forehand of Liang. Did it twice there in that rally, making Liang play a backhand from the middle, but he got both of them back and won the point. So, only 3 in it now.
I think he's tried to change tactics there, Liang. He seems to be trying to really slow the ball down to Wang, do it back to him. Yeah,
stop running around to play his forehand from the backhand corner. Was happy to trade backhands with Wang. Well,
7,
just by shifting the speed of the ball, changing the pace, can upset the rhythm of the other player.
Let's serve.
And then big forehand. What a block from Wang. And a drop shot.
11, 7.
And just missed that backhand. What a lovely rally that was. Both players attacking, both players having to go back and defend. But now 4 points from victory for Wang. And after Liang did so well in the first game, 15-10.
12,
after that,
7.
it's been one-way traffic.
Double-point ball, here it comes.
Wang's done that before. He's waited until he's got 12 points and then used it.
Well, that seems to be their thinking, doesn't it, the Chinese squad?
Yeah, well, it's a tactic you can use if you're winning. If you're not winning, you've got to take it when you're behind before you get to 12. But this will give him match point, and it does.
7,
so,
14.
after a brilliant display from Liang Xue in the first, 15-10, Wang has won nearly everything.
Double point ball, Liang.
Wang's won nearly everything since then. The double point ball for Liang misses.
15,
and that's 15-7 and the match to Wang Shibo. Looks really delighted to be through into the semi-final. And that match against Chris Doran will come up after Chen of China plays Bagali of England.